For more than 160 million years, dinosaurs were the absolute biological rulers of this planet. They held a firm grip on ecosystems, ranging from coastal plains to dense prehistoric forests. Across multiple continents, they evolved into an enormous variety of forms, adapting to graze, hunt, and thrive in nearly every environment available on Earth. But exactly 66 million years ago, a massive object traveling through space intersected with Earth's orbit, permanently cutting that long biological era short. Millions of years of dominance and adaptation offered no defense against a sudden, unpredictable strike from the sky. The incoming object was an asteroid measuring several miles wide, slamming into the atmosphere at a terrifying speed. It made landfall in shallow waters near what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. The collision gouged out the enormous Chicxulub crater, a scar in the Earth's crust stretching roughly 180 kilometers across. This single split-second geological impact in the Gulf of Mexico served as the trigger for a chain reaction of global environmental disasters. The collision released kinetic energy that defies simple measurement, radiating instantly from ground zero. Powerful, continent-shaking earthquakes fractured the ground in the surrounding regions. The displacement of the ocean generated enormous, destructive waves that battered coastal zones across the globe. A massive wave of intense atmospheric heat rolled outward from the impact zone, igniting widespread wildfires across terrestrial landscapes. Simultaneously, the force of the blast ejected massive quantities of pulverized rock and dust straight up into the upper atmosphere. Yet the immediate fire, floods, and shaking were only the opening act of a much slower planetary crisis. That canopy of ejected dust and airborne particles spread out, acting as a thick global shield that blocked incoming sunlight from reaching the surface. Stripped of solar radiation, global temperatures plummeted, forcing a rapid shift in the planet's climate. This blockage choked the entire food web. Without sunlight, plants couldn't perform photosynthesis and withered globally. This meant herbivorous dinosaurs immediately lost their primary food sources, facing mass starvation. With plant eaters gone, the food supply for apex predators vanished right along with them. The asteroid crater provides the physical evidence of the blast, but the actual executioner of the non-avian dinosaurs was complete systemic starvation in the dark. The asteroid struck a planet already dealing with severe environmental stress from another source entirely. On the other side of the world, in the modern-day Indian subcontinent, enormous volcanic eruptions known as the Deccan Traps were tearing open the Earth's crust. These fissures pumped massive amounts of toxic gases and ash into the atmosphere over a highly extended period. Researchers continue to study exactly how this long-term volcanic stress compounded with the sudden shockwave of the asteroid strike. But the fossil record points clearly to the Chicxulub intact as the decisive, catastrophic blow that pushed an already weakened global ecosystem over the edge. The resulting mass extinction was incredibly severe, wiping out an estimated 3/4 of all terrestrial and marine species on Earth. Oceans suffered steep population declines as entire marine ecosystems collapsed and vanished. On land, the sudden disappearance of the massive non-avian dinosaurs left behind an enormous ecological vacuum at the top of the food chain. Small surviving mammals took advantage of this empty space, diversifying over millions of years to fill the newly opened environments. That biological expansion would eventually pave the evolutionary path for early hominids. Our modern existence and current position on this planet are the direct biological results of the non-avian dinosaurs losing theirs. But the idea that every single dinosaur was eradicated in the Chicxulub event is technically incorrect. While giants like Tyrannosaurus rex and Triceratops died out, one highly specialized, feathered branch of the family tree managed to survive the brutal environmental filter. Those survivors evolved over millions of years into modern birds, making them the direct, living descendants of the ancient dinosaur lineage. The Chicxulub impact serves as a stark warning about the speed at which Earth's environment can change and how vulnerable even the most established species are to global disasters. The age of the giant reptiles ended 66 million years ago, but their evolutionary story continued. Their legacy is still flying overhead today.